Welcome back. On today's quick video, I wanted to go over an email I received over the weekend that really had me wondering if people are buying into this or not. So without further ado, let's jump right in. This is the leader on the email. It says, "Don't get stuck with high prices. Finance your dream package today. Financing wheels and tires for a car." So it walks through, see how this works, see how financing works, and what really caught me was this last piece here that said invest in your ride or investing in your ride. And it got me thinking, how many people are buying into this nonsense of buying a depreciating asset, something that loses value immediately, is an investment? So let's just start with the basics here. Let's go to dictionary.com, look at what they talk about investing meaning. And the first one right out of the gates, to put money to use by purchase or expenditure in something offering potential profitable returns as interest income or appreciating in value. Simple, let's simplify that a little bit. To invest is to put money into something where you should be able to expect a increase in value. Now, how do wheels and tires stack up? Well, the first thing I wanted to do is I wanted to go to their website and see what we're talking about here. So, excuse me, for a set of Goodyear Wrangler Duratrack RTs, on their website, they start out with a price of $579 each, $2,300.16 for a set. I'm sorry, $2,316 for a set. And they're telling you with that cross out that it will be better priced in the cart. Now, I just recently bought a set of Duratracks for a Jeep, and I want to say I paid something like a little under $400 each. And from Goodyear Direct, I was able to get a discount, and I believe I got one free. So right out of the gates, this is misleading. Anyway, let's just take it at face value. Let's say you're buying it for $2,300 and you pay $800 for a set of rims, because that's also what I looked at here. And of course, they're not giving me the full price. But if I go in and take a look at the rims that I was talking about, we're at least $800. So I think I'm being fairly generous by thinking I'm getting a discount. $3,000. $3,000 in wheels and tires. Is that a good deal? Well, we'd have to do some research, but let's get away from that and let's see how good of an investment this would be. So to look at an investment, we'd have to see, is there a secondary market for wheels and tires? Well, not necessarily, other than Facebook Marketplace. And if I go here and I take a look at Facebook Marketplace, I find a set of Rev wheels. They have been for sale for 15 weeks for $500. Well, what do those Rev wheels sell for new? Well, if I go over here to Motor City Corvette parts, and I just did a Google search to find the same rims, $178 a piece. So let's just take a quick look at that. If I'm able to get those same rims, and these are the 17 by 9s, 178.99 times, let's just say we're getting 4, we're not getting a spare, $715. The used ones were $500. I've lost $215, and those wheels have not sold in 15 weeks. Is that a good deal? I'm thinking that's not a good investment. Let's take a look just to see if that was a fluke at a set of full throttle wheels. 15 by 10s, they are selling for $200 a piece. How do those hold up over time? Well, if I go to Facebook Marketplace again, I can see that the same set of full throttle 15 by 10s, I didn't check the bolt pattern, but probably be about the same, $600. So how does that add up in our calculator? Well, let's bring that over here. If I take the full throttle wheels, $800. On Facebook, they are $600 listed for 3 weeks. I've lost $200. Not a great investment as far as I can tell. Now, how does this look over time? And this is something that you'll see that we do repeatedly on this channel. When I was looking at the wheel tire packages, if you're financing them, let's just take our $3,000 model over 3 years, and I saw that you can get them generally from about 6 months to 36 months, so 6 months to 3 years, and interest rates ranged from 5.99% to 28.99%. So let's just take the low end of that. Let's say $3,000 over 3 years at a 6% interest rate. You're making $91 payments per month. You're going to pay over that $3,285.57. So you're paying an extra $285 in interest at the low end of the interest rate range, which generally they're not going to give you on the longer term. So let's just say we go up to 15% interest. Now you're paying an extra $743 over the course of 3 years. And if we go up to 28.99%, brace yourself, you're paying an extra $1,525 for the privilege of making monthly payments on those tires. Now, the way they'll get you is they'll say, well, look, that's only an extra $125 per month, and you can get these wheels and tires now. But you're paying an extra $1,500 for something that's going down in value every single month. Here's where it gets even worse. If you were to take that money and invest it, yes, it's only $3,000. That's not a lot of money in the grand scheme of things. People will look at that and say, well, I can't retire off $3,000. You're absolutely right, you can't. But what difference can that make? So if we plug $3,000 into an investing calculator, and this is found on calculator.net, if we put it in at an 8% rate of return, which you should be able to get long-term, and keep in mind this is not investing advice, this is just looking at options. But if you're able to get an 8% interest rate, which is lower than the average return of the S&P 500, if you compound that monthly as returns do, you make 0 additional contributions. You can see that over time, your $3,000 starts to add up to some real money. At the end of 30 years, $3,000 paid now is $32,000 going towards your retirement. Now, are you going to be able to retire off $32,000? No, but this is one decision. One $3,000 decision makes a $32,000 swing. And that's just the $3,000. If we look at the loan calculator, it's $4,500. So if we were to take $4,500, 30 years, 8% interest, now we're talking almost $50,000. That is a meaningful swing in people's retirement income. For many retirees, that could pay their retirement for one whole year or longer. So keep stuff like this in mind when you're making decisions. A lot of times we'll look at things like this and say, well, I'm going to treat myself. I deserve that. It's only $192 a month, or it's only $50 extra per month. But you can start seeing that little things like this can make big differences. Let's just take another example, people's cell phone bills. If you're able to switch up a cell phone bill and not get those tires, well, all of a sudden now you've added $50,000 and another $50,000, $100,000 to your potential retirement income in 30 years at only an 8% rate of return. If you're able to get a better rate of return, all of a sudden now that $50,000, let me turn that screen back on, becomes $90,000. So you can see that little differences right now in our lives can make a big difference over time. I hope this video has been helpful. If it has, please like down below. If this is the kind of content you would like to see more of, please do subscribe to the channel. And if you know someone who can benefit from this content, please do share the video. Thanks for being here. We'll see you on the next one.